What's up, everybody? It's your boy J Mac, and welcome to Bigfoot Input. So, during our last couple videos, we've been getting some comments like, "Hey, J Mac, we love what you're doing, but we can't see some of the stuff that you're seeing because you're just kind of breezing past it, and we don't see what it is you're looking at." So I thought what I might do, I actually went out and bought this USB adapter thing to where I can put a cursor on my phone screen. So I'm gonna try to do this segment of these blurry pictures, and we're gonna deep dive a little bit on these pictures so we can all be on the same page and see what we're seeing. So this is going to be kind of a slow burn. We're going to take our time, and I'm only going to go through about 5 pictures, but we're going to do this as a new segment. We're going to call it like blurry picture deep dive or something to that effect. Okay. So this is for the people that really want to dig into these pictures and see what there is to see, and I'm going to do my best to help you find it. Okay. So we're going to dive right in. As always, we appreciate all the support on Patreon. It is patreon.com/Bigfoot Input. It's $1 per month, and it helps immensely in the costs that it takes to run this channel. Also, if you're like, hey man, I don't want to get involved with all the subscription and email and all that kind of stuff that I have to do on Patreon, YouTube is now offering what they call a super thanks. So if you feel what we're doing here, you like it, you want to help out, you can just throw us, a little super thanks. We've gotten, a little dollar here, dollar there, and again, it's all helpful. So we appreciate that very much. But I digress. Let's dig right into this. Alright, so what's cool about having it on my phone is I can zoom too. So what we're looking at here, this was one of the pictures actually from the last video that people were like, man, what are you talking about? I don't see anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to zoom right in to the middle of that. And what you're going to see right off the bat here is a nice round, not as much as, I wouldn't call it a cone-shaped head, but it's definitely round, maybe a little coning here at the top. And then we're going to come down to eyebrow ridge here and here, which of course makes these eye sockets. Very well pronounced nose, cheekbones here and here, and then something's going on here with the mouth. So we've either got like a mustache here, or we have an open mouth here. And I can't quite decide. I want to say that this is the mustache just sort of coming down to a closed mouth. That's what I want to say. And then you're going to have chin here, which is kind of sort of covered by the by this big tree log thing here going on. But this is the face. So, and if you want to look a little deeper, you can kind of see where the shoulder maybe protrudes out to here. And there might even be some, I don't know, sort of mid torso action here. He's obviously knelt down or in the sitting position or something to that effect. But I still think it's an awesome catch. And it's very much, like I said, if it's not a Sasquatch, then this is some painted up human being disguising himself in the bush. I don't know what else to explain to you that it could be other than a Sasquatch. So that was one of the pictures that everyone was talking about. So I think I just wanted to address that one. Very cool. And you can zoom in as much as you want there, but you got to be careful zooming in, because the farther you zoom, they say the devil's in the details. Well, those pixels will start to lie to you after a while. All right, let's move on. So this is our boy, Eric James. Eric James 77 on TikTok. Also Eric James on Facebook. And he's got some really awesome catches. I'm going to have to ask that dude where he's from. I don't even know. I should know which state these are from, you know? I don't think he's a Florida guy. I'm going to find out. But anyway, so what we're going to do here, what we're looking at is this guy right here. Okay. So obviously you've got the lips. You've got a protruding nose here. You've got a nice round cheekbone, jawline, and then shrouded in shadow, you've got a double eye socket here with a cranial ridge. Can't really see much of the head because of this, but I do believe you can see it poking out up here at the top. And then and the shoulder kind of curves off right here and here. And I would venture to say that all this black that you're seeing right here, let me zoom back out. This is all body mass here. I'm not sure what's going on here. I think some people would probably jump to say that's a juvenile in the picture. I'm not going to go that far because I do believe that this is a creature, but pareidolia is still a thing, and you have to be careful to differentiate the two. Okay. So yeah, like I said, one of Eric's many catches. I think these type of pictures are the most genuine. I think we all love to see the big clear video, like Independence Day footage and stuff, but to me, like, this is the bread and butter. These are real creatures. Like, I'm not saying that Independence Day isn't real, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying this is the typical behavior of these type of creatures where they want to remain elusive and remain hidden. So, great catch, Eric. And let's see, with that, I think we'll move on. Guess who? Eric, once again. Now, this one's different for me because, again, you have to be careful with pareidolia. We're going to move forward with the assumption that pareidolia really exists. And it's because it's a phenomenon. It's not really scientifically proven, but there's a little bit of assumption, a little bit of science behind it, so we all assume that it's real. All right? Because if it's not, if pareidolia isn't real, then all of these faces are, and that's even more scary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus in on what's not in this picture. What we're not looking at is this possible ET face in the top left corner. We're not looking at this right here, which, as far as I'm concerned, nose, mouth, eyes, eyes, nose, mouth, mouth, nose, eyes, head. You know, there's about 10 facial features in this picture. This makes me believe in pareidolia. I think that my brain is looking at that, making faces. Okay, so let's get over here. Now what I'm going to eliminate is this bit here on the top. I don't know. Now I could lie to myself and say, well, there's an eye, there's an eye, there's a nose, there's a little cheekbone there, and then this is a round head. That could very well be, you know, some sort of face. But what I'm really looking at here is this guy right here. And I don't know what's up with this kind of straight line here and here. It's a different kind of picture. But what I'm convinced by is this eye, this nose, this mouth, this jawline here, and then it's disappeared behind the bush over here. I would love to see this. Ooh, sorry about that, guys. I hit the mic. Edit that out. What I'd like to see here is, I'd love to see this picture a little clearer. But as I've stated many times, you don't get to choose what pictures you come away with. You know, you get out there and you take the pictures, and whatever you come back with is what you come back with. So kudos to Eric and his efforts. If I'm not mistaken, this one is the Mid-South Sasquatch, Mark Landry. I think we covered this one in the last video. I had speculated last time that this was not a picture at all, that it was a screenshot from a video. And I don't know, Mark never reached out to me. I'm not really 100% certain on that, but I think it is. But anyway, he's kind of circled what we were supposed to be looking at here in the bottom right hand corner. And if you zoom in on that, you're going to very clearly see a forehead here with a hairline, and kind of a sharp one, actually, a sharp hairline there. Eyes here and here, ridge there, nose right there, mouth down here, and then the whole face right here. And then that's about all you can see. It gets, I can kind of maybe see a shoulder here and maybe there, but it gets kind of blurry at that point because of all the bush and stuff. But we're definitely looking at something, okay? And I say that because, again, some of the people that I follow, you know, Kathy Westerman, Daryl Denton, these folks believe that not only are there Sasquatch and dogmen and things like that, but also what they call forest people or forest creatures. Just, I don't know, what random lore of these little creatures that roam the forest and live in the forest. And you know, with some of Kathy Westerman's evidence, I can't even argue with that. I mean, I really can't. So there's some people out there getting some pretty good photos that are hard to argue with. And I think this is one of them. This is great. Like I said, it may be this could be some sort of juvenile Sasquatch, or it could just be something that we're not considering. I don't know, but I'm still wondering. I want to get Mark involved and do some sort of interview or something. I want to know what this green deal is up here on this. And now that I look at it a little closer, it almost looks like these are structures of some kind. Maybe some old water tank or oil tank or some old vehicle or something, because it looks like that there and there. Yeah, that's, I'm seeing that now. I didn't see that last time. And I'm wondering if this green isn't paint, you know, whatever that structure is. I think we can move on from that picture now. We've pretty well dissected that pretty good. Okay, this one I believe is the last one of this episode. Okay. And this was one of the ones that definitely rose a lot of question. They're like, wait a minute, I don't see what you're seeing. Okay, yeah, we've got the big red circle that somebody drew, not me. But that doesn't negate what's going on here. We all know that Sasquatch are just They're peekers. They're hiders. They always want to be mainly hidden, but look anyway. They want to see what's going on. So before I zoom in too far, let's look at this. So what I'm seeing here is a chin. Okay. Bottom lip. Top lip. With or without hair, I'm not sure. I would venture to say probably with hair. And I guess I'm kind of hesitant to call it a mustache, but what else is it? I mean, but it's you know, they're like kind of hairy creatures anyway. But if they have hair on their upper lip, it's a mustache, right? So anyway, I'm going to say this guy has a mustache. And here's kind of a protruding nose. And then you've got cheekbone, cheekbone, eyeball, eyeball, cranial ridge, right there, right over the eyes. And then now what I want you to do is take this thing out of the equation, this thing right here. This is a vine because you can see it run all the way over here. And maybe back there too, actually. So this is like a vine, like a tree limb of some kind. Anyway, take that out of the equation. So what you're going to be seeing above the eyeballs is a head. If this little white thing was not white, I think we would if it wasn't there, we would clearly see hair on the top of this creature's head. Okay. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit, let you get a closer look at that. I think you might see what I'm seeing at that point. It's hard because you make it closer, then or zoom in, and your eyesight wants to change. What you see changes. That's why I don't like to zoom in too far. But yeah, this is something. I don't know what, but it's something, and I'm just going to go with Sasquatch because that's where my belief system lies at this point, until my mind is changed otherwise, which happens. But yeah, so that right, I think it's a face. You could, this one kind of tap dances on that line of, is it real or is it pareidolia? And I honestly feel that since the popularity or popularization of the word pareidolia, it's been used to death. The critics are the first ones to love to pull that word out and just wield it like a sword. And I think that it's something that we all need to know about and possess in our vernacular, but it's not something that we're going to utilize all the time for every picture and say, oh, that's just pareidolia, it's pareidolia, it's pareidolia. Sometimes it's not pareidolia, and sometimes it is. So we're going to try to differentiate, which is which here, with this segment. Okay. So like I said, I think we're going to call this Blurry Picture Deep Dive. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to do this moving forward. All right. So this is J Mac. I'm out.